What if I told you that 90% of what you think you know about creating intimacy with a woman is completely backwards? I'm a urologist with over a decade helping men reclaim their intimate health. And here's something that's going to surprise you. The spots most men focus on, the lips, the obvious zones, they're not even in the top 5 when it comes to triggering deep emotional connection in women. There are 5 hidden areas on her body, backed by neuroscience research, that when touched correctly, send warmth signals directly to her brain's reward centers, release bonding hormones into her bloodstream, and create a desire for your touch that lasts for days. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where they are, why they work, and how to use them tonight. But here's the part that's going to change everything for you. These aren't tricks. This isn't some pickup artist nonsense. This is actual medical science. Real neurological pathways. Published research from places like the Journal of Neuroscience, Clinical Neurophysiology, and the European Journal of Neuroscience. And here's what makes this especially powerful. If you're over 50, you actually have an unfair advantage. Because these 5 spots require something younger guys simply don't possess: patience, intention, and the confidence to slow down when everyone else is rushing. The surprising truth: most men spend their entire lives completely ignoring these areas. They walk right past nerve clusters that are scientifically proven to trigger connection. They miss neural pathways that connect directly to our pleasure centers. And because of that, they never experience the kind of deep emotional physical connection that these 5 spots create. Let me show you what they're missing. Spot number 1, the nape of the neck. The first spot is one you've probably heard about, but I guarantee you're doing it wrong. It's the nape of her neck, the soft area at the back, right below her hairline. Now, most guys rush this. They kiss it once or twice, then move on. And that's a massive mistake because this area contains something critical. 8 pairs of spinal nerve endings from the cervical spine. According to research published in neuroscience journals, when these nerve endings are stimulated, they trigger the release of oxytocin in the brain, which directly impacts connection and intimacy. But here's what makes this spot so powerful. It's not just the nerves, it's the psychology. The back of the neck is particularly sensitive due to the thinness of the skin and high concentration of sensory receptors. When you touch this area, she can't see what you're doing. She has to trust you completely. And that vulnerability combined with the nerve stimulation creates something profound: emotional surrender. Think about it. This is one of the most vulnerable parts of her body. In nature, exposing your neck means you're completely defenseless. When she allows you to touch her there, she's telling you, I trust you with the most vulnerable part of me. Here's how to do it right. Don't rush. Start by gently brushing her hair aside. Let your fingers graze the skin. Then place your lips softly against the nape. Hold them there for 3 seconds. Feel her breathing change. Then place another soft kiss slightly to the side, then another. The area is most responsive to light sensations, with touching, kissing, and gently breathing on the nape, sending shivers down the spine. Try this. After a kiss, pull back slightly and let your breath warm the spot you just kissed. The combination of touch and breath activates even more nerve endings. Watch her shoulders drop. Watch her lean back into you. This is spot number 1. Master it before you move forward. Spot number 2, behind the ear. The second spot is hiding in plain sight, and it's so sensitive that some women can barely stand to have it touched. It's the area behind her ear, specifically the soft skin right where her earlobe connects to her face. Research shows that many people find whispering, breathing softly, or kissing the ear area pleasurable, especially behind the earlobe. But here's why this works on a neurological level. The ears are packed with sensory receptors, hundreds of them, and they're connected to something fascinating: the vagus nerve. This is the same nerve that runs from your brain down to your heart and digestive system. It controls your body's relaxation response. And get this, stimulating the vagus nerve in the ear can sometimes create a deeply pleural sensation. That's not me exaggerating. That's actual research. But here's the key. You can't just touch her ear and expect magic to happen. The technique matters. Light stimulation works better than pressure. Soft works better than aggressive. Here's exactly what to do. Start by kissing the area just below her ear. Then very slowly work your way up toward the earlobe. When you reach it, take it gently between your lips. Hold it there for a moment, then release and let your breath warm the area. Some women love a gentle touch on the earlobe, others find it too intense. Pay attention to her response. If she leans into you, if her breathing gets deeper, you're doing it right. And here's a pro move. While you're kissing behind her ear, whisper something, doesn't matter what. The combination of physical sensation and the intimacy of your voice in her ear creates a double effect that's incredibly powerful. This is spot number 2, unexpected, incredibly sensitive, and when done right, unforgettable. Spot number 3, the lower back sacrum. Now we're getting into territory that most men never explore, and that's exactly why this spot is so effective. It's her lower back, specifically the area just above her hips. Medical professionals call this the sacrum. And here's why this spot is absolutely critical to understand. The small of the back, also called the sacrum, is a delicate and responsive part of the body, and gentle contact or holding it can create a deep sense of comfort and connection. But the real power lies in the nerves. The nerves in this portion of the spine are directly connected to the pelvic region, and careful touch or light pressure here can trigger relaxation and positive body sensations. Let that sink in. This area, which most guys completely ignore, has a direct neural pathway to the body's relaxation and circulation centers. That means when you engage this area correctly, you're essentially sending soothing, warming signals through her nervous system. Research from Massachusetts General Hospital discovered something fascinating. The sacral nervous system is responsible for many physical and emotional responses, with some individuals experiencing noticeable relaxation from stimulation in this area. This isn't theory, this is proven neuroscience. Here's how to use this knowledge. The sacrum responds best to pressure, not just light touch. When you're close with her, place your palm flat against her lower back. Apply gentle, firm pressure. Then slowly slide your hand down toward her hips, maintaining that pressure. You can also try this. Use your fingertips to trace small circles on her sacrum. Start light, then gradually increase the pressure, or use your knuckles to apply deeper pressure, moving in a wave-like motion up and down her lower back. If you really want to create a powerful effect, combine this with light contact or words of reassurance. The combination of upper and lower sensory cues creates a calming, connected experience that feels natural and grounding. This is spot number 3, hidden, powerful, and backed by hard science. Spot number 4, the inner wrist and arm. The fourth area is one of the most overlooked on the entire body, and that's exactly what makes it so effective. It's the inner wrist and the soft skin along the inner forearm extending up toward the inside of the elbow. The skin in this region is thin and filled with responsive nerve endings, which makes it especially sensitive to gentle touch or soft contact. Here's why it works so well. The inner arm and elbow area are rarely stimulated in everyday life. Because of that, the nerve endings here are underactivated, meaning that when they are engaged through light physical attention, the sensation feels surprisingly vivid. This spot is both subtle and powerful because it's not an obviously intimate zone, which makes it perfect for quiet, affectionate moments, even in everyday settings. Technique: take her hand gently and turn her wrist upward. With calm, deliberate movements, trace your fingertips along the inner arm, moving from the wrist toward the elbow. You can alternate between soft touch and brief pauses to let the nervous system register each new sensation. If appropriate, gentle, brief kisses can also heighten awareness in this area when shared in a private and respectful setting. The key is pacing slow, rhythmic contact that allows anticipation and warmth to build naturally. This is spot number 4, simple, elegant, and neurologically fascinating. Spot number 5, the lower abdomen and navel. The fifth area may surprise you, but it's backed by solid neuroscience. It's the lower abdomen, specifically around the navel region. The reason this area is so interesting is because of how the body's sensory pathways are wired. The navel and lower abdominal regions share developmental tissue origins and nerve connections with deeper parts of the body. In some individuals, light stimulation around this zone can activate sensations that extend more widely through the abdominal and pelvic network. This is due to a nerve pathway that runs from the navel toward the spinal and lower body areas. Research shows that the skin surrounding the navel has a high concentration of sensory receptors, similar in density to those found in other major sensory zones. This makes the area unusually responsive to gentle stimulation. Technique: begin by making slow circular movements with your fingertips around the lower abdomen, keeping the pressure soft and steady. Move gradually closer to the center before pausing, allowing the body's natural sensory awareness to heighten. If you're sharing this moment in private, soft contact, such as light kisses or gentle tracing motions, can increase relaxation and connection. Always stay attentive to her breathing and body language. They'll tell you when the rhythm feels right. This is spot number 5. Unexpected, supported by research, and remarkably effective in building calm, connected energy between partners. Now, let me tie all this together because understanding why these spots work is just as important as knowing where they are. Here's the truth. Research shows we all find pretty much the same areas of our bodies to be sensitive, despite age, race, culture, gender, or preference, with less difference between men and women than popular culture suggests. But here's what makes these 5 spots so special. They're rich with something called C-actile afferents. These are specialized nerve fibers that respond specifically to gentle, caring touch that's optimal for activating deep emotional and physical responses. Unlike regular nerve fibers that respond to pressure or temperature, these special fibers are designed to detect affectionate touch, the kind that signals safety and bonding. When you stimulate these areas correctly, you're literally activating her brain's attachment systems. You're triggering oxytocin release. You're creating neural patterns that make her associate your touch with safety, pleasure, and trust. And here's why this gets more powerful with age, not less. As we mature, we get better at patient, mindful touch. We're less focused on our own immediate satisfaction. We're more capable of creating the emotional safety that deep intimacy requires. For men over 50, this is everything. Whatever physical changes you're dealing with, whatever uncertainties you have about performance, you have access to something more powerful than youthful stamina. You have the capacity for deep, patient, intentional intimacy, the kind that creates lasting bonds. Your partner isn't looking for you to perform like a 25-year-old. She's looking for you to connect with her like the experienced, confident man you are. Here's how to use these 5 spots in real life. Don't try to hit all 5 in one session. That's overwhelming. Instead, weave them naturally into your intimate moments. The nape of the neck works perfectly when you're holding her from behind, maybe while she's cooking, maybe while you're both looking out a window. Behind the ear is perfect during close conversation. When you're sitting together, when you lean in to whisper something. The lower back works during massage, during intimate moments, anytime you're behind her or she's lying comfortably. The inner wrist and arm can happen anywhere. During dinner, while watching TV. It's subtle, appropriate, but incredibly intimate. The lower abdomen and navel should only happen during private, intimate moments when you're already physically close, when she's relaxed and trusting. The key is this. These techniques only work when they come from genuine care. If you're just going through the motions, she'll sense it immediately. The power comes from real intention, not mechanical technique. And remember, every woman is different. What works for one might not work exactly the same for another. Pay attention to her responses. Stay present, always respond to her cues. These 5 spots, the nape of her neck, behind her ear, her lower back, her inner wrist and arm, her lower abdomen and navel. They can open doors to intimacy you've never experienced, but they're just the beginning. When you approach connection with this kind of mindfulness and intention, every touch becomes communication. Every kiss becomes conversation. Every moment becomes an opportunity to deepen your bond. The beauty of these techniques is they get better with practice, not because you're perfecting a skill, but because you're deepening your capacity for present, caring attention. This is intimacy for the mature man, not about proving yourself, but about truly connecting with another human being. And that connection, that's what she'll remember. That's what she'll desire. That's what will keep her thinking about you long after you've left the room. Now, here's what I need you to do right now. If this video opened your eyes to something new about intimacy and connection, hit that like button that tells YouTube to show this to more men who need to see it. And trust me, they need this information. Then I want you to drop a comment below. Tell me which of these 5 spots surprised you the most, or if you've tried any of these before, what was your experience? I read every single comment, and your story might help another man watching this. And here's the critical one. Subscribe to this channel and turn on that notification bell because I'm dropping new content every single week. Real medical science, practical techniques specifically designed for men over 50 who want to reclaim their confidence, their health, and their intimate life. Share this video. Text it to a friend who needs it. Post it. Because the more men who understand how to create real connection, the better all our relationships become. Now, if you want to go even deeper, watch this video next. It covers 3 more advanced techniques that build on everything you just learned. I'm Doctor, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong, gentlemen.